In business, as in life, some conversations are more important than others. For example, a conversation with a customer is always more important than one with your colleagues. It used to be that people from sales, marketing, and customer service were the only ones who used to contact and talk to customers. Partly because of changes in business configuration, and also to give the customer a feel for the total company, people from almost all departments of the company are today asked to meet and deal with customers. I know cases where even as the sales team was making no progress, a chance meeting between the CFOs of the selling and the buying companies helped in clinching a deal. Jan Carlson coined the phrase moments of truth. Every time somebody from the company touches a customer, a moment of reckoning occurs. The quality of this moment determines your customer's opinion about your company, quality, product, or service. One such good moment can wipe out any poor opinion that your customer may have had about your product or service until that point. Similarly, all goodwill earned by you over many years can evaporate with just one bad transaction. Today, touching the customer can happen in many forms: phone, email, chat, conference calls, video calls, or in face-to-face meetings. Each of these occasions is a moment of truth. We are seeing professionals from technology, delivery, projects, support, and even manufacturing being asked to meet and interact with customers. We are going to take a few tips from our friends in sales who've been doing this for a long time now. Here's Kumar Swamy. He was indispensable because he knew every part number of every item made by his company. In fact, he got 4 consecutive annual promotions for this proficiency. The CEO, the production staff, and every sales guy in the company simply called Kumar Swamy whenever they wanted a part number. One day, Kumar Swamy's company got bought over by a larger multinational serving the same markets. Overnight, all the intimate knowledge that Kumar Swamy possessed was rendered useless and redundant. When the time came to retrench people in the combined entity, Kumar Swamy, unfortunately, was an easy and obvious target. Every professional, each one of you and me, have knowledge and competences that can broadly be classified into inside knowledge and outside knowledge. Inside knowledge is all about whatever is happening inside your company. It includes your products, your processes, your procedures, and even your organization structure. When you go on and on about all that you do and how you do it, the customer stops listening after a while. The customer starts wondering, how is all this really relevant to me? Companies take great pains to train all their employees on inside knowledge. The employees in turn use this knowledge on the hapless customer. We need to pause and make an effort to link our inside knowledge to the issues and concerns that the customer is grappling with. This is the way we work. This is how we do it, or wrong statements to dwell upon. The customers will see this as you're talking down to them. It seems to say, we know, just listen to us. No value add is seen by the customer in understanding how you work. When you do talk about your company, speak from your heart. The customers want to hear your version of what you think is happening all over your company. They do not want you to recite what can already be found on your company brochures or website. Smart professionals will always contextualize their inside knowledge with appropriate nuggets from their outside knowledge. Outside knowledge is comprised of 4 major components. 1. Business principles. Everyone is in business to make money. All conversations should, as quickly as possible, center around saving or making money, or saving time and efforts. 2. Customer priorities. The conversation should focus on and address the priorities of the customer. Remember, companies in the same industry or business could have different priorities. If our propositions are not aligned with the client's priorities, you are unlikely to get the customer's attention. 3. Your own business. Why are you doing what are you doing? How are you different? How are you doing vis-a-vis the other choices that your customer has? 4. Current affairs. A person well versed and connected with all happenings around us is seen as a good friend who is valuable to talk to. Customers find people with outside knowledge more interesting and trustworthy. We always say people with inside knowledge may stay employed, but people with outside knowledge will always be employable. As you can see, Kumaraswamy was so proud of his inside knowledge that he did not see his sacking coming. For him, the greater tragedy was that no other company in the marketplace valued his knowledge of part numbers. He was a victim of too much inside knowledge and absolutely nil outside knowledge. You need to feel good about yourself for the customer to feel good about you. Before you pick up that phone or send that email, ensure that you are feeling good about yourself. Else, wait till you feel happy, stable, and content with yourself. We call this being in your peak state. People with internal turmoil could fail to listen to a customer's real needs, especially the unarticulated nuances. Which is why we say whenever you meet a customer in person, the physical appearance is of great importance. When you feel good about yourself, it shows in all that you say. Customers have less and less time and more choices. That makes it imperative for you to add value to your customer's life quickly and surely. They feel cheated as they have agreed to give their valuable time and get no value in return. Remember, even emails and telephone calls eat into your customer's valuable time. In this day of emails, when hundreds of them land up on every executive's desk, a good opening is an essential survival requirement. Be crisp and get to the point within the first 15 words of your email. The opening statement of your emails must be strong, unambiguous, and outcome driven. Bullet points always work better than long-winded paragraphs. What is the recipient of the email supposed to do? This question is never to be left hanging in the air. Your emails can reveal a lot about you and your intent. Do spend some time in crafting them before sending them out. Here are two more things a professional can do: pre-meeting pointers and post-meeting actions. First, pre-meeting pointers. 1. Prepare a structure and flow for the conversation. Visualize the entire transaction. 2. Practice it with colleagues as a role play if necessary. Remember, the world stands aside to give way to a man who knows where he is going. When they see that you have come prepared, they let you have your way. 3. Watch out for meeting objectives that pitch too low. 4. Use the meeting objective to get the meeting back on track. 5. As a team, debate and discuss the objections and queries that the customer is likely to raise in the meeting. Showing that you know what the customer is thinking and you know what the customer's concerns are will increase your credibility with the customer. Customers want to deal with people who understand them and not necessarily with those who will solve all their problems. So, you're done with your meeting. Time for introspection. Your meeting plan should be the benchmark against which you assess the success of your meeting. Here are a couple of actions you can take post-meeting. 1. You need to compare the way the meeting went against the objective you had set for yourself. 2. Pay attention to those items that didn't go as well as you wanted them to. These are the learning points. Good professionals record frank impressions, feedback, follow-up actions, and make lists of all that went well and those that didn't go so well at the end of every transaction. When you go over the notes of the last few moments of truth with a customer, you will get ideas on what could be done next. These notes will also give you and your team a good idea of the progress you have made thus far with this customer. Dale Carnegie, the author of How to Win Friends and Influence People, says, "You can close more business in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than in 2 years in trying to get people interested in you."